those higher teachings? Let's rewind. Namaste, Star Family. Welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is your cosmic forecast for the last quarter moon, June 18th, 2025. So we have a square energy between the moon here in Western astrology in Pisces, squaring the sun in Gemini. What does that mean? It means sacred fire, but when it is the last quarter in terms of the cosmic dance between the sun and the moon, this is a time of release. This is a time where the soul is composting, is ingesting all of the lessons, the higher teachings. And what were those higher teachings? Let's rewind. It all started with a new moon in Gemini in Western astrology, where we were invited to understand how to create those new beginnings that are soul-led. At the first quarter moon, a week later, this is the first sacred fire, sacred friction that creates an initiation. The invitation to be creating those soul-led new beginnings was to listen to the body. And then with the full moon expression, we were told and asked to say yes to the things that excite us, because those things are not random. What makes your heart beat faster or lights your soul is actually not random. It is part of your purpose. Now, here we are with this energy we're going to review, and this is the last fire to integrate those lessons. And here, the energy of this release is strong, because where we have the moon that is also merged with Saturn and not far Neptune, we have this line of tension, those green dotted points here to Mars, and the same thing is occurring with Pluto retrograde to Mars. This is the Yod, the finger of God, the finger of the universe, saying, pay attention to this. And what is this? Well, here we have this line of tension, this finger of God to Mars, that means to our drive. This is where we have emotions, energy in motion. This is your fuel. This is your nervous system. And we have the invitation here with the Pluto retrograde that is teaching us about the law of resonance. This is learning that our thoughts, our habits, the things we repeat, the people we interact with the most is creating our overall field, energy field. So there's this connection with our alignment and understanding the repetition that is connected here to an invitation to pinpoint exactly what are the things that we need to release with the sacred friction. What are the illusions you need to release? So let's deep dive a little bit more, shall we? With this cluster between the moon, Saturn, and Neptune, what are those illusions? What are those thoughts that are imprisoning us? And it's at the end and beginning of the zodiac wheel. So that means there is a renewal that is promised. When you're creating soul-led new beginnings, it's really showing you how the path is really a path that lives inside of your cells, that is going to show you step by step the way. And here, with this friction to the sun in those last degrees of Gemini, we're going to want to find balance between heart and mind. We're going to want to find balance in how we feel. There's a lot of self-mastery that comes from a calm nervous system. The invitation we received with Jupiter and Mercury transiting Cancer was very much about connecting the understanding of how our throat was just like a womb. It had the same sacred geometry, and it really creates not physical life, but energy life. Energy in motion through the words we express. So there might be here certain words, certain beliefs, certain thoughts of patterns, especially in connection to maybe the relationships we've experienced, but also through the transcendence of certain version of ourselves, the ego, that are going to occur. You're going to be upgraded through a release of the nervous system to stop believing certain illusionary patterns. So when I said illusionary patterns, I was like, Audrey, why did you say this? By the way, I don't prepare those. This is all channeled, okay? And I would love to do them lives again, you guys, but I am not, because this filter, the green screen, for some reason, is not available anymore on the live option of Instagram. I've been trying to fix this and I have not been successful. Some of you know about this, please let me know. But yeah, so when I said illusionary patterns, what it felt like was that almost like the things that we tell ourselves that are needed in order to achieve something. Okay, so for example, you want to have your own business, okay? And there's certain illusionary beliefs and patterns of thoughts that you're telling yourself that you need to do or have to follow. And this is where that last quarter moon energy is so perfect, because it helps us release some of those old patterns of thoughts that were wired in our nervous system. And you can see that line of tension here with Mercury, especially in those degrees that are very much about success, being successful. And here that means, hey, maybe there's tension about the way we spoke about what success means. And overall, success comes from aligned action. And this is where the cosmos is insisting, with a second finger of God between Mars, okay, still going to Pluto retrograde, but also the Sun and Jupiter aiming in this line of tension to this planet. This is all about alignment. Your nervous system is receiving constantly the guidance, the path, just like on your phone with the map and the GPS. It has the way, but where we have to release, it's about those old worn out patterns of thoughts, especially regarding achievement, success, and the things that are available to us. That's it, my dear ones. This is what we have for this whole cycle of soul-led new beginnings, understanding at the end of this whole process that our nervous system is our GPS, is our navigation compass, and it allows us to remember all of our answers. Namaste.